Whoa. Whoa, that was a crazy dream. Oh, I got attacked in the middle of the night by Amigo. That was crazy. Wait, where am I? Well, welcome in, builders. Apparently, it was all just a bad dream. We are back with Larry Bjorn 2, and I'm gonna try this again. I just loaded in, like I said, I had saved our template, and we are just literally, I have loaded in with Larry 2. Looking at this, I reset the world because you can run across areas again, because it literally has pre-generated this whole world. We did not apparently start in the same place as last time. We have a highway and a road. That makes me very nervous because highways kind of make me think that there's going to be a lot of people. And then we have a field with streams running through it. So again, I can't really tell if we got the field start or the field or the forest start, but it doesn't really matter. What do we got around us this time? We got to remember that we are back to starting materials again. So we are back to square one. I would like, just like last time, to pick up some multivitamins. Fine. I would like to pick up a rock just as a hammering tool that just would help us if we find crafting things. Okay, I think we're gonna go check that out. And I do see some newspapers. Portals. Reports of shimmering gateways opening around the U.S. have been corroborated by our own reporting staff. One reporter witnessed a creature the size of an apartment building taking a direct hit from an Apache helicopter's weaponry and continuing to fight. Government officials could not be reached for comment, but a local passenger spoke to our field reporter in the field. There can no longer be any doubt, she was quoted as saying, "These are the end times." Mending fences. Growing international tensions have prompted President Oswald to call for unprecedented funding increase for security revitalization. The president is calling for a new precision micro military installations to be built across the nation, with thousands to be constructed in New England alone. These come alongside similarly ambitious budget increases for FEMA and scientific research. A coalition of civil rights orgs, neighborhood associations, and environmental advocates have denounced the initiative. The dead walk. Avoid the violence of the riots. We can no longer disregard reports of fatally wounded rioters and police rising and joining the forces of the rioters. And zombies. Whether they're all rioters or just a few, it's now undeniable. The dead walk amongst the living, adding to the ranks of the psychos ripping this country apart from the inside. Full photo evidence inside. Spooky times. All right, let's see about that vitamin. Where was that? To my east. All right, we have some supplements. I don't want anything else. And we'll go ahead and just pop a multivitamin. There you go. You got to stay healthy. Eat your multivitamins, builders. All right, let's see what we can get into trouble with this time around. It's a little hard to see. I have my safe mode on, of course, so it'll stop me if I'm going to bump into something dangerous. Okay, there is a rock to my southeast 21. That's what I'm looking for. Flint, but I really hope we do not need to resort to that. Some more body stuff. All right, 21 to the south. That's gonna be this guy right here. Yep, now we have a hammering one in addition to our axe stuff. All right, and I don't know if I've ever ran across something specifically labeled as a highway. What do we got here? A t-shirt. A thick rubber chunk. Looks like it's mostly garbage. A 20-inch metal wheel. New lab opens. The H.R. Bennett Research Facility has been officially opened by the Department of Energy. According to the Deputy Secretary of Energy, Randall Balakrishnan, this facility is one of the most state-of-the-art in the world. With the opening of the H.R. Bennett Research Complex, New England's future is looking brighter than ever. I'm sure they weren't doing anything shady there. So we have a road, we have a highway and a road right next to each other. Well, they both seem to be going somewhere to the west. Let's continue to the west. And we'll see what we can see. Bunch of junk on the road. Okay. Okay, hello. Something in the trunk at least. What do we have? A full-sized van. It's wrecked. Needs gasoline. Alright, probably not happening there. What do we have in the trunk? A 24-inch wheel and a lug wrench. Not gonna be helpful to me at the moment. Some kind of part on the ground here. What is that? A heavy-duty tow cable. Man, in the right circumstances, I would have been really happy to find that. A 4x4. What's in the front? An extender with a steel ram. Okay. Yeah, you look pretty messed up. Editorial. AI is getting ahead of us. I saw the new article by Unmanned Robots with the rest of you, and I have to say that I'm not as excited as I am worried. Even the scientists describing those robots say they don't fully understand how the deep learning stuff works, and now they're putting it in cars? There are some semi-autonomous AI robots even working in prisons to quell riots. It's easy to see how this could get out of hand. We've all seen the movies. Editorial. The Chinese control our media. No, I don't mean they're writing articles, but there's no doubt in my mind our social media, from friend face to twit feed to edit, is now run by Chinese influencers. The real question is not if they're doing it, but how they're using it to influence American minds. Have video games become too real? Riots growing? Communication with government forces have been muddled by a large influx of aggressively armed individuals to nationwide riots. We have this under control, says the local police chief. We are authorizing our forces to use lethal force to on combative humans. In the meantime, why did you say humans? In the meantime, people are advised to stay in their homes and avoid any contact with peacekeeping forces to avoid friendly fire. Riots are believed to be affecting cities worldwide at least 3 weeks ago. One of the settings you can change in this game is how long ago the apocalypse started and how long it's been since. One of the things that makes this game hard, we are, I think, 20 to 30 days in by default settings. I think that's what I have my world set to, which means the zombies have had more time to mutate. We didn't even really run across anything too out there. Just baseline humans, some variants, and like the toughs are like one step up of a normal zombie. Batteries have 0 watts. Needs diesel and the engine's faulty. So yeah, it can get pretty spicy when we start seeing crazy mutants. This character is, perhaps as we saw, good at combat, at least for a starter character. And we got absolutely just manhandled by, like, that was a Migu, I suppose, not a zombie, but still. Sharp rock junipers. We're not going to be making any gin or anything. A 12 gauge hole. Okay. We have a turn. All right, what do we see in here? Farm field and a building. Farms are pretty good. Farms can also be pretty dangerous. Hello, what are you? Pretty banged up. A Humvee. Oh, military composite armor. 32-inch armored wheels. What do you have mounted? M240 machine gun, but it's too badly damaged to use. I want to grab. What is that I'm on? Oh, a broken recharging station. You can put batteries in there to recharge. I'm gonna remember that vehicle's position. I mean, we're never gonna live long enough it'll matter, but I would come scrap that for parts if I was wanting to build my own vehicle. I have heard another thing that's changed semi-recently that's made the game even harder. Off-roading with vehicles that are not equipped for it are a good way to ruin your tires right away. Normally, a lot of the meta is you just avoid roads. A Dermatic. Oh, we want nothing to do with that. A colorful parasitoid wasp grown to the size of a dog with a huge Ovi posterior extruding from her abdomen. She darts around in search of suitable home for her many children. Yeah, no, thank you. That will be death number 2 if we bump into that. All right, now what I'm seeing here, that we got boarded up, looks like maybe a garage, and we have some kind of silo. Yeah, silo, okay. We're gonna use the silo to climb up high, just like we did last time with the radio station. Okay. That's somewhat disappointing. Okay, a rural house. That is not as disappointing. That should be a nice farmhouse. I don't like that there's a dermatic around. Mound of dirt. That screams dermatic nest to me. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean anything that it's boarded up. Okay, I see an animal. Okay, normal non-zombie cats. Great sign. Living creatures mean nothing here has eaten them. Cattle fodder. We could use cattle fodder to tame horses, for example. Hello, what are you? An excavator. Faulty engine. Too dark. A draining car battery. Has diesel and it's not leaking. And then there's a up. What's the up? Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Yeah, please step back from the ledge. Okay, there's no railing where we're going. Okay, so we're in a hayloft. Yeah, that's a little, do you want to jump off the hayloft? No, no, I really don't. No, thank you. All right, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. All right, well, this would be a nice place to work on a car. Get it inside there, close the door. All right, what? Literally nothing of use. Now let's head towards that house that we could see in the distance. Okay, we read about psychic emanations. All right, again, dogs can... Zombie child. Shoot. I think we're gonna have to put it down. A tough zombie. All right, I can take 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure those are the same ones. Okay, and there's an oversized crow. Okay, this is getting spicier and spicier. Okay. We are gonna have to take this. You guys see me yet? I don't like that oversized crow. Yep. All right, buddy. Yeah, see, he's whacking that fence, which is going to make a bunch of noise. And that will draw other zombies in to see what that noise is. Okay. Lost the conduct non-violence. Yeah, darn right we did. You chopped the zombie for 34 damage. All right, I'm not looking to take any damage here, so I'm going to run just to here. He moved sideways and grabbed me. I hate you. Okay, 47 damage. Okay, that's 2 good whacks. Oh, he's so close. And you know what? I bet you you're bleeding. He's downed and heavily bleeding. Okay, safe mode off again. Okay, so he hit me in my left leg and I'm bleeding. Okay, he is down. I don't have anything to staunch the bleeding with. So what I need to do here is we need to put our axe away so we have free hands. And then if you just pass time, you put pressure on the wound. There we go. Bleeding stopped. Okay, that could have been far worse. Okay, let's get our axe back out. Let's go back to walk. Smartphone, he's got a wallet. I'm not really interested. Let's expand the wall. What's in here? A cash card. Okay, you know what? I'll take a cash card. Sometimes you can find gas pumps that are still working, and we could use a cash card. Sure, we'll take that. And then smash him. Heard a terrible shriek. Okay. We don't see anything but some big crows. I'm gonna try. Oh, you know what? We didn't have brawling running. That would have been good. Wait a while, 20 seconds. We heard the shriek again. Where are you? What is that shriek? Is it the crows? An oversized snail. A zombie runner. Okay, now we're getting to be a little more spicy. Yeah, I'm more of a salt and pepper man myself. I think we're gonna say no to that. 2 zombie runners. Nope. That's a big nope. That's a big nope. Yeah. We want to talk about dangerous things? That'd be one of them. That'd be one of them. All right. Whichever one down, there must be a shrieker. Whatever one of them's doing that, she's gonna rile them all up and get them roaming around. Yeah, we're done with that. Big nope. Yeah, look, there's a Z here. I think the Z is the indication for a wandering horde. How unlucky. How unlucky. That could have been a big come up. All right. Well, that's done. We're just out of here. Nope. I see some random holes in the ground. That's a little weird. Okay, groundhogs. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, groundhogs are fine, right? Okay. I'm gonna take this road and see if we can get back to the highway. I was only drawn in by an oversized crow. And it did give me a warning on that. So you know what? I'm not interested in brawling with any oversized crows. I do not want to be food for crows. 58 tiles to the west. Oh my gosh. What are you flying in front of me? Giant aphids, crows, a deer. Okay, that's what I saw. It was a deer. All right, that's fine. Okay, those are shadows, so I have some crows flying above me. That's... You know, what Larry's like, what do they call that when there's a large amount of crows together? Sweats a little nervously. Is it get warmer in here? Is it just me? There's a lot of crows here. There's a lot of crows. Don't mind me, boys. Just, meandering through. Just, coming through this field here. I'm not chasing you. We're cool. We're cool. Just grabbing the morning paper. What do we got in said paper? New England cut off. It's been quarantined. Riots growing. Time travel. Truth or fiction. A collection of shocking photographs depicting people and technology years before they should have existed. An evacuation alert. Alright, well, it seems like we missed the evac, is all I have to say about that. Okay, I am noticing there's a lot more cars on the highway than on our rural road. Ooh, that's a fender bender. Oh, hello. A toolbox? Has a box cutter knife, duct tape, a filthy t-shirt, and a tongue and groove pliers. Okay, can I... am I allowed to show items here? Not easily. All right, unload the toolbox. Ignore me being cold. Grab. Oh, I can't carry it. Yeah, when I'm doing these unloads, they're acting different than I expect. I don't want to carry around an old t-shirt. All right, I'm going to have to put our axe away because I want to grab that toolbox. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm cold. I don't know what else to tell you. And I'll grab that. All right. Toolbox at least gives me something I can carry other things with. So let's go in there. Let's insert. We'll put our rock in there. We'll put the cardboard. Box cutter knife. Done. Ignore being cold. Yep. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Well, we can't fight with this in our hand because we have a two-handed weapon. But at least I can carry it around. Man, these are so empty. Large electric motor. Runs on battery, obviously. It has battery. Hello. Okay, it is losing some charge for whatever reason. Luxury electronic coupe. Oh, it doesn't have any controls. Oh. All right, well, sad times. Man, that could have been a thing. Why are there a bunch of corpses here? There's a woodpecker flying around. What are you doing, corpses? Garbage bag. Corpse of a zombie child. Okay, so these are a bunch of zombies. Chewing gum. The soldier of the future, at last. The military's latest powered infantry exoskeleton has been released for widespread non-testing use. Although numbers are still very limited, officials say that within 2 years, every infantry unit will have access to 2 powered exoskeletons for heavy operations. Within 5, light exoskeletons will be the standard issue for the U.S. ground forces. This is going to put the military so far ahead of the rest of the world, it's like we have guns while they have spears. General Alex Fidley said in a press release, the new armor is powered by a proprietary fuel cell developed by the military and hoped to be ready for civilian distribution in the next few years. Government facilities bombed in an apparent foreign attack, contradicting earlier Defense Department denials of a disaster being the cause by Chinese aggression. A coordinated bombing strike hit a wide number of U.S. government facilities simultaneously yesterday, as well as numerous locations in isolated parts of coastal United States. A statement from the Pentagon was issued stating that strikes were the result of Chinese opportunism during a national crisis and assured that action will be taken in kind against the aggressors. Allegations that those sites contain top secret government research facilities related to the disaster have been vehemently denied. All right, got some bags, a pulped human corpse, broad spectrum antibiotics. Yes, I will be taking that. Okay, I do want that. Now, I don't have my axe in my hand, so I don't really want to be smashing things. We have a zombie to our north. Actually, what was that? Is that a little tent up there? What do you got going on here, buddy? A field campsite. Okay, I'm willing to fight for that. Wow, I actually, like, jumped on that. Yep, they get up. They get up. You sons of guns. Okay. Okay. Let's turn off safe mode, because this is going to be a thing. Let's run to get out from being smacked immediately. I don't want to draw that guy in from the north. We're going to head back to those cars. All right, follow me. We'll fight them over there. We'll have some terrain. Or maybe we won't even fight them. Maybe we can just trick them. I'll tell you what, this is a little bit dangerous. Nothing that can... Okay, I can't close the trunk. Okay, let's drop here the toolbox. Let's activate our axe. All right, kid, let's rumble. Yeah, see, as they're going around, they kind of like flail around and they're hitting things, and that causes noise. And that noise attracts other zombies. Perfect. Yeah. I'm not going in there. Yeah, you're gonna have to come to me, buddy. Yep, that's what I thought. Smartphone, an MP3 player. You are freezing. Ignore. Corpse is thoroughly pulped. Alright, one down. Those other ones are too dumb, apparently. What is this? Garbage bag with 7 items. Am I gonna get myself in more trouble? Cigarette butt, a gallon jug, World Digest. Alright, what are you guys doing? Are you that stupid? They are that stupid. At 23, you haven't seen me. Now, do note, they're both pretty wounded, so I'm guessing they got hit. Or maybe these are the people from that car accident. Alright, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna go into run mode. It just makes me be able to move faster. I want to hit him once and then back up. And we want to back up a few steps so I can wind up and hit. Yeah, that wind up is really important. That's what got us killed with the Migo. I couldn't get away from him to wind up and get that +2 to hit. Really important for us. Handheld game system, a smartphone, and a USB. I mean, I'd love to grab a Game Boy, but game, I'm really not that concerned about being cold. I'm gonna be honest. That just is like the least of my worries. Let's go back to walk. Are you still being stupid? Man, you are like the dumbest zombie. You got another zombie in you too? You spot a dormant zombie corpse to the west. I bet you I had a warning on that other spot too. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna touch that. I think he woke up because I got next to it. Alright, come here. Come here. Let's go into run mode. Okay, and we're gonna just back away. And we rest for a second. That's how we do. A mini lighter, I will take that. And a multi-tool! And he's the one that had the antibiotics. Okay, this is interesting. In CDDA, when a zombie was killed and they resurrected, they would leave all their gear on the ground. They've obviously changed the zombies here to be, I'm gonna air quote myself, containers, so that when they get back up, the stuff is still on them. Much better way to do that. Yoink. Ignore. Okay, well, I mean, if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. What do you got? A pocket knife? I have a multi-tool, I don't need that now. MP3 player, bottle of supplements, melatonin. It's not worth getting bit for. Yeah, we've taken some very... Whoop, I should not be running. Wow. We've taken some very minor damage. Wait until we catch our breath. Yeah, I'm gonna be cold, game. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, we are gonna... Whoops. We are gonna go engage that campsite zombie, so... Activate. Put it on the holster. Grab the toolbox. Yeah, that is annoying. It must be really chilly. It's, quote, very cold. Okay, also, put my safe mode back on. Ignore him for now. Are there more than one? 2. 2 normal zombies. I'm willing to fight that. Alright, before... Well, no. I think I'm okay. Alright, you interested now, buddy? No, no, no. Okay, I got that one interested. Alright, so we're gonna drop the toolbox. We're gonna activate the belt. Yeah, I'm just being very, very careful here. Another thought I had. That utility vest. I don't know if... I don't know. That's a lot of encumbrance. Well, no, it's not that much. I don't know. Having any encumbrance on our chest when we are struggling to hit as much as we are is not helpful. You think you're smart, do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Jerk. These zombies are a little better about not stumbling into long grass, I see. Has nothing I want. Smash, because you're a jerk. Alright, wait 20 seconds. Don't let me forget where that toolbox is, alright, guys? Alright, where you at, other zombie? Are you in a tent? I hate you. 27. Okay, come here, you. And looky what I see. That could be kind of handy. Okay. We were respecting the zombies. Plastic painkiller. Yes. Okay. Smash him. Go back to walk. All right. Now there's a non-zero chance there might be other zombies here. How do I get in this tent? Oh, I see you're broken open. What is that? Dehydrated fruit fresh. Look, it's the apocalypse. Don't judge me. It's the 5-day rule. Yeah, this is sketchy. I'm just waiting for there to be one inside one of these tents. Okay, now, how lucky are we? How lucky are we? Most damage, can't repair security system. We don't like security systems, so we're good with that. We have some battery. The gas tank is damaged and leaking, but it has some fuel. We have fuel, we have battery, it has enough wheels. Handle, okay, none of that I care. Okay, the alternator's damaged. I mean, it's not stellar, but it might run. Oh, was that not a beautiful sound? Okay, let's go very carefully. We're going 4 miles an hour, by the way. Be careful when you drive in this game. All right, we want to swing on down here. Slow down. I want to let go of controls, hop off my bike. All right, we're going to do this via advanced inventory. Give me everything, give me north. Why are you not doing that? All right, you. Let me just drag you to here. Stop hauling. All right, I want things that are underneath me, and I want you to put you in the bike. Get items. Okay, my toolbox is in the basket of the bike. Let's put the axe away. Where did you get that chopper? From Zed. Who's Zed? He was a zombie that I killed. Okay. Okay. I mean... Oh. You hear him on... Oh, there's a guardrail. I was misinterpreting what that was. Oh, that's annoying. I can't get on the highway from here. And there's a building out there and another building. Okay, if we have to retreat, we might check those out. Isolated buildings like that are good for bunkering down, healing, just being left alone, sleeping. Not so good necessarily for loot. I wish I was not off-roading this, but it kind of is what it is. I am running safe mode, right? Yes. All right, what is this? It's just a giant, like... Okay, I see. There's an overpass. And a way onto the freeway. Let's slow this down. Okay, so like a little bit of a pull out here. What do we got? Plastic bottle with some clean water in it. Diet caffeinated citrus. Ugh. All right, it's the apocalypse, Babel. I mean, it's the apocalypse, Larry. Sacrifices have to be made. All right, we're gonna let go of control. I don't want to turn it off on the off chance that we can't get it started. Clean water. Clean water. I'm just literally going around drinking it all. We are turgid, which means you've drank a lot of water and you're full. And what are you, Mr. Map? Oh, you're not a map. You're an A2 flag. What is that? A 2A flag. A large flag, colored a mottled taupe, like old parchment. It's printed with the full text of the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution in a font attempting to mimic the handwriting of that document. It's kind of a lot of words to put on a flag, and the fact that it's in script makes it almost totally illegible. That's too bad. That's too bad. I'd take that with me, but dire times. All right, we'll have a diet caffeinated citrus soda. That sounds disgusting. All right, so what the heck is just in a weird cul-de-sac-y area, I guess? Yeah, with like a double overpass. Okay, I could get on the freeway. The thing is, if I get on the freeway, we can't get off the freeway. I think we want to cross to the other side so we can get our bike on that normal road. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so this better be working properly or we're gonna slam into this. Okay, yep. There's our overpass. The Z levels in this game can be a little janky, but like you saw, they also can work pretty nice sometimes. Okay, we are on the rural road now. There's a sand pit. I've never been... Why am I going 20 miles an hour? No, Babel. No, we'd like to live. I've never been to a sand pit in game. I can't imagine what I'd get there. I guess it'd probably be tools, maybe some construction vehicles. That's not what I need at the moment. Okay, let's go 12. Okay, we have a building at the end of a road. These type of things tend to be trailheads. I mean, it could be a lumber yard. My home territory. What else could we be? An evac shelter. That is smelling like an evac shelter. I see graffiti. Okay, let's slow it down. Anybody home? Okay, well, they said that people were being evac'd. This certainly doesn't look like it's in very good shape. Okay, an initial drive-by doesn't show me anything super dangerous looking. Okay, let's park. We're just gonna let go of controls. I gotta be a little careful. We don't have that much fuel. Also, I gotta be a little careful. Let's get our axe out. Okay, what do we got on the walls here? This is a spray-painted mural of a giant mushroom with people praying at its base. All we want to do is eat your brains. Also a reference, if you know it, put that down in the comments. This is a drawing of a zombie with a bullet hole in its head. Karina plus Jamie. Love blossoms in the apocalypse. Adalberto Tolbert, you owe me $50. This is a crudely spray-painted tag adorned with skulls. Helen Burlington. I believe that's in Vermont. This is a spray-painted mural of a giant mushroom with people praying to it. Moss Spock Gallant is the biggest lady in Burlington, and I'm damn proud of it. I mean, it's the apocalypse. If you're gonna do it, now's the time. Emergency blanket, a wrapper, and a plastic knife. Well, this doesn't sound like what we were told was going to be here. I thought these were supposed to have lots of people and be well stocked. Somebody smashed the computer. Both of them. What is that? Paper wrapper and a FEMA pamphlet. FEMA evacuation pamphlet. Welcome to your emergency survival shelter. We hope your stay here will be short and comfortable. Provided are emergency blankets, high-vis jackets, gas masks, food and water rations for 1 day, as well as emergency lighter and flashlight. There's further supplies in the communal cabinets that should be the facility be over its intended capacity. These resources are checked and updated by FEMA on a regular basis, but if you find some items missing, please contact FEMA supervisor at your earliest convenience. Please wait in the shelter until official evacuation transport arrives to take you to your homes, or in the event of major disaster, the nearest evacuation gathering point. In the event that you have been evacuated under violent circumstances, FEMA recommends taking cover in the shelter's basement until help arrives. Remember, if you leave the shelter, we cannot find you to take you to safety. Yeah, so much for that, Larry says as he throws the pamphlet on the ground. This isn't dangerous at all. All right, I'm peeking when I do that. A folded cardboard box. Okay, I think that's me making that noise. And we've made enough noise that if there's something down here, it probably would already be coming for us. Spray paint. Broken glass. Okay, 2 wrapped protein bars. They're not good, but it may come to that. A bunch more graffiti. This is a spray painted mural of a giant mushroom. A drawing of a skinny figure wearing an emergency evac jacket and gas mask. Scrawled beneath it says, "Thanks for the outfit. Follow the chemtrails." This is a spray painted drawing of an angel with wings made out of vines. That doesn't sound ominous. Follow the chemtrails. We're all gonna die. He was so worried he didn't even use an apostrophe. Man, he was scared. This is a spray painting of an anatomically unlikely woman wearing very little. Good to see men still have a little culture in the apocalypse. Cotton balls, I'll take that. Mom. There's a beautifully drawn graffiti tag on the wall here. We're all gonna die. All right, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was not particularly amazing. At least there's nobody else in here, I guess. Paper wrapper. I would break this down with my axe, but my axe is more precious than the garbage I'm gonna find in a looted bathroom. All right, well, we found an evac shelter, but there was nothing here. There's no one here. There's not even any bodies. Where is everyone? Man, how long have I been out? All right, well, put our axe away again. No. Holster. Axe. Grab the controls. I guess we ride again. It's unfortunate. That could have been huge. That could have been huge if that had some better stuff there. We could have held up there for a little bit or had a safe withdrawal point. Not really seeing much. Another way we could get on the freeway if we wanted. The fact that that railing's there and I can't get the bike off, I'd rather have the bike. I'd rather have the bike for now. You hear I think, whoa, why did we suddenly accelerate that much? I think our bike is backfiring. Okay, here we are. A public garden. And some house. Okay. And we haven't seen anyone yet? Okay, thank goodness. That would have been really awkward. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let's slow it down. Let's park it a little bit out of town, just in case there's danger or something. We'll park it right here. All right, I am gonna turn it off because I don't know how long we're gonna be. Let's just pray we can get it back on. Why can I not get items? Oh no. I think my basket, our basket dropped the toolbox at some point. Shoot. Okay, well, there wasn't much in it. Just one piece of pliers or something. We didn't lose our multi-tool or anything. That is unfortunate. Also, why are my boxer shorts damaged? That must have been when that zombie made me jump. We're gonna need to replace those. Okay, I'm gonna carry what we have. We really could use some sort of backpack or a bag of some sort. The downside of this axe being a two-hander, normally we could have something in one hand and then we could carry like a bag or something. Oh, there's a bunch of tools there. All right, so we have a zombie. What is that down here? PVC pipe, rubber hose, reciprocating saw, flash, work gloves, and a hard hat, an adjustable wrench. Okay, so they were building a house. I'm pretty dang willing to fight for that. Those gloves and hard hat are armor upgrades, and that wrench would be amazing. Okay, let's see what else is around. If it's just the one. And now we also see a decayed zombie. Again, doable. I can take a normal and a decay. And a zombie child. Okay, we're escalating. We're escalating. Okay, so... And a crawling zombie. We don't know how big of a town this is. This definitely seems bigger than that one we dreamed about earlier. Big towns, big zombies. Alright, we're going to continue to edge around the side here. Zombie drug. A controversial blogger suggests the recent riots are a chemical attack by China in her latest podcast. They're jealous of our military superiority, so they teamed up with Haiti to put hoodoo drugs in the water, making people zombies. You've all heard of the Forbidden City. Who hasn't? Well, this is what they were testing, and now we're seeing it everywhere. Most sane blogger, totally. 2 zombie children. I mean, we're gonna have to track all of them if I want to get to that stuff. I'm not loving the numbers I'm seeing though. Anyone spotted me? Oh no, you leave that on. Anyone spotted me? They still haven't seen me. Yeah, they don't have like supervision or anything. That is getting spicier and spicier. And a mutant frog who's tracking. No, Mr. Mutant Fraud, we will not be tracking me. Are you still coming this way? Okay, he was just watching us. All right, that seems pretty inaccessible. That would be a I'll come back when it's dark. We're gonna remember that we would like to get to the front of that building. What if we come into town on this side? What do we see over here? So we have a public garden into some homes. Another house that's kind of secluded over there. That might be accessible. I'm being a little bit close, but I kind of... Okay, a headless zombie, a frenzied victim. This person seems determined to fight off the undead hordes, but they won't calm down. Something's broken in their brain, leaving them locked into a state of permanent rage. All right, brother. You do you, man. We could have fought them together. What is that? Pulped corpse of a human. Nothing useful. Well, that bandana. Okay, maybe that might be worth walking over there. Eyeglasses, a leather belt. I don't think we're wearing a belt at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna chance moving closer. He says fight off zombies, 2 zombie children. So it seems... Okay, the runner is dangerous. That ain't worth it. That ain't worth it. What are you? Thistle. Okay, not concerned with that. Alright, let's see if we can get in this building without tracking too much. Something's already broken its way in. Okay, what we're looking for is a bag more than anything else. Fire when you see my eyes. vacuum sealing. I mean, I'd love to get that. A varsity jacket. Okay, a fire extinguisher. Blanket, laundry basket, thermal socks. Blanket. A dress. Oh, moved my mouse on accident there. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's better to use one or the other. I'm just used to not using the mouse, so I just move that aside. Dress shirt, heels, patchwork scarf, moccasins. None of that's useful. Briefs, poor fit. Okay, nothing that fits me. That door probably goes outside. We gotta be a little careful here. Does anything see me? No. Because that's damaged and that's so close to the street with an open window, I don't think we're gonna go down there. I think that's a bridge too far. Alpha Male Quarterly, that probably has melee or unarmed. Outdoor Adventures, okay. Again, great books. I can't carry them. I just cannot carry it. Brandy. And it doesn't fit in my pocket. This is the apocalypse. 4 cookies. I'm gonna eat those. I can't really afford the weight to carry them, but I can sure eat them. Okay, kitchen. We are gonna be very sad because there's gonna be stuff we want here, but we don't have a bag. Aluminum foil. So much stuff. All right, what is in this spot? Negative. Some jars, some ketchup, a gallon jug, bottle of stout. I do like a good stout. A lemon. Lemons have vitamin C. I'm gonna eat that. And a dessert. I'm gonna eat that too. Heard kick the bucket, filthy dead. Ignore. All right, he just aggroed something. That's great. Interesting that he can still talk. Okay, nothing useful. A naughty magazine. Look, it gets lonely in the apocalypse. Clean surface. A love letter. Cast iron frying pan. A cast iron Dutch oven. I would absolutely love to grab those. There's no way we can though. All right, I'm gonna say this house, Toggle explored. There was nothing of use. All right, we're not done or anything here though. We can keep going. Frenzied victim. Okay, he is wounded and bleeding, and it looks like, yeah, he killed something, and he yelled. So that's probably drawing things over here. Let's give him a wide berth. We know there's another house. Headless zombie. I'm not too worried about that. I want to see this house over by the freeway. Okay, in the house down there. Yeah, that might be a little spicy down there for me. There's just too many too close. Okay, that's the headless zombie again. 2 zombie dogs. Okay, zombie dogs are really dangerous. They can track via smell pretty decently, and they're pretty fast. Okay, a boarded up house. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna peek. All right, what do we got? Some sort of really large building with a hedge around it. I don't recognize that blueprint. Multiple zombie dogs. A crawling zombie. A human corpse drags itself slowly by its arms. The lower half is destroyed beyond repair. Okay, a patio with the door open. All right, if we want to chance it, there's an open window right there. What is this thing? Oh, an office tower. Probably not anything I'd risk my life for in there. Something I can't see. Park and some... Okay, it's looking like we're heading downtown as we go this direction. Alright, I am gonna chance this. Okay, nobody seems to have taken any interest in me. Why can't I get in there? What's going on here? Oh, taped window. I've never ran across that. A glass window with curtains on the inside. This one's been been blocked out with duct tape. I thought those were open windows. Okay, so somebody tried to survive here. I don't have the tools to open that. All right, we're backing out. I don't dare go through town. Well, if the bike runs, maybe we could drive through town. That'll draw these guys that are over here away, and then we can circle back. Okay, it started. Alright. If we were in a car, I would be a lot more leery, but a bike is pretty maneuverable. We're just gonna go pretty slow to start with. We're gonna get an idea of the situation. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here. So. Okay, it is pretty occupied. Zombie. So something was killing some zombies down here. But there's definitely a lot of them. And that is definitely... Yeah, we're not going to be getting any work done around here. God, I want that wrench so bad, though. Alright, maybe we go down this... No, we go down the street just a little bit. And we'll draw them. We'll draw them in. Look at me, zombies! Look at me! Speed up a little. Okay, can I... Okay, I can honk a horn. I don't want to do it here. We are going to need to, like, circle the block, as it were. They're all following me anyways. Alright. That should get everyone's attention. Oh yeah, they're not happy with that. Okay, I want to draw them down this direction. Oh, it's a dead end. Again, if I was in a car, I would be a little more leery of this. What do we see over here? A house, a gun store. Oh, a gun store. These used to be primo if you could get into them, but nowadays I think they're usually overrun with furls. Furls are very dangerous in the early game because they're not zombies. So they can remember how to somewhat function. They can open doors. One of our greatest advantages against zombies is the door. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here that I'm like super sad about not being able to do. I need to find a way to circle around though. And I see that boomer northwest of me. Alright, let's slow this down. I do not want to get near that. I see that person in the park. Yeah, I gotta remember, I'm just like a dude on a motorcycle here. I have nothing protecting me particularly. God, I want to go on this path over here. Are my driving skills good enough that I can get... Oh. Zombie soldier. Once a soldier, it's dressed head to toe in combat gear. Carries itself rather steady for a zombie. We will not be engaging that. Alright, we are not going to do that. I'm going to exit to the east here. Slow it down a little bit. I'm getting pretty zippy here. As you can see, they can kind of catch up to me when I'm going 4 miles an hour. Okay, now we've pulled a lot of them south with the idea. Is that a runner? Oh, that's a runner behind me. Oh. I really want. All right. Never let it be said that Larry's a coward. Larry's gonna jump off the bike. He's gonna grab the adjustable wrench, which doesn't fit in any pockets. Perfect. We're gonna put on the work gloves. We're gonna put on the hard hat. We're gonna put away the axe. We're gonna grab the wrench. We're gonna run back to the bike. It's a little weird, I know how it looks. We're gonna go back to walk mode. Ha 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 ha! My wrench now, zombie! My wrench now! What an idiot. Alright, but unfortunately, where are we gonna go? I'm not going near that soldier in the slightest. And the runner's pretty much pinned us out of town. I think we're gonna go back and we're gonna try to take this road north. This is just a dead end. Where are my... Fuel 36%, okay. Alright, well, not a total loss. We got a couple things. We got some gloves on now. And we got a hard hat, which is a pretty good... I'm not sure where I need to turn here. Which is a pretty good helmet. I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Okay, so we need to cross the overpass here. It makes me very worried when I see sounds in front of us, but you have to imagine that's like, I guess, the echo of our bike or something. Okay, well, it is what it is. We're watching those guardrails. Okay, I'm pretty sure we kind of eyeballed those before. Don't get too cocky. 8 miles an hour is already pretty zippy for a guy who has no driving skill. If nothing else, this also allows us to do things like we just did. Hop off, we ran over, we snatched and grabbed a couple things, we jumped back on the bike. I would not have been able to do that on foot. We would have had to wait for night. That was just too spicy. If the runner wasn't there, we might have been able to do something. If the mutant frog wasn't there, we might have been able to do something. Oh no, we have to make another decision. And you know what that's gonna partially be? Your decision to tune in next time, because that's about the hour mark. So I think that's about what I'd like to keep these. We'll see what the interest level is. But Larry survived his first encounter with zombies. It is only 9:42 in the morning. We have managed to pick up a couple things. That pair of work gloves is very nice. We did not have anything on our hands. That's a good piece of equipment. And that hard hat, not bad either. It is conflicting with our hunting cap, and you know what? We're gonna just toss the hunting cap on the ground, because I would rather have an armored head than not. So, hard plastic hat, worn at construction sites. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, next time around, we'll have to make our decision. Are we gonna go west? Are we gonna go north? Are we gonna go east? I think you're gonna have to tune in next time and you'll find out where we're gonna go. So if you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave a like on the video. That helps me a ton and tells me what you're enjoying. If you'd like to support the channel, you can always leave a super thanks here. Join me live for a super chat. Check out the channel memberships or the Patreon. Also, if you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back. All right, builders, hop on that chopper. Zed's dead. Let's ride. Double out.